Hello, my beautiful friends. If you're here watching, it means you care about how you present yourself to the world. And let me tell you, at 60, 70, even 80, it's not about chasing trends anymore. It's about owning your elegance. You've earned every line on your face, every lesson in your heart. And now it's time to let your style reflect that quiet power. Here's the secret. You don't always need a brand new wardrobe to look instantly more polished or even wealthier. Sometimes it comes down to one single detail. And that detail? The bag you carry. Think about it. You could be wearing your most comfortable cardigan, your favorite walking shoes, nothing flashy at all. But the moment you pick up the right bag, suddenly people see you differently. They don't see just another older woman. They see elegance, sophistication, even a touch of mystery. It's almost like magic. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 timeless bags that make women over 60 look instantly rich. And no, you don't need to spend thousands. These are styles and shapes that elevate you, no matter where you're going. Whether it's meeting friends for coffee or heading to family dinner, these bags tell the world, I value myself. I've got style. I know who I am. So, if you're curious which 5 bags can transform your entire look, stay with me until the end. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe, because I share tips every week to help you feel confident, radiant, and powerful at any age. Now, let's talk about something we don't always admit out loud. People notice the little things. Shoes, watches, bags. These small details speak louder than a blouse or a skirt ever could, especially after 60, when many of us lean toward comfort in our clothing. It's the accessories that set the tone. Imagine this. 2 women walk into the same cafe. They're both wearing simple black pants, a cream sweater, and flat shoes. One carries an old, sagged tote that's seen better days. The other carries a structured leather handbag that holds its shape beautifully. Same outfit, but the effect? Completely different. One looks like she just grabbed something out of habit. The other? Instantly polished. Instantly noticed. People assume she has good taste, that she values quality. Maybe even that she's successful. All from one bag. Here's why this happens. A bag isn't just an accessory. It's your companion. It goes everywhere with you. You place it on the cafe table. You carry it into church. You set it next to you at family gatherings. People might not remember your earrings or your scarf, but your bag? They'll notice. They'll form an impression. And let's be honest, jewelry can sometimes feel too flashy, makeup too fussy, but a good bag? It's effortless. It whispers elegance instead of shouting. That's why after 60, a bag isn't just about carrying things. It's about carrying yourself with presence. So before I reveal the first of the 5 bags, I want you to think about this. What do you want your bag to say about you? Quiet dignity? Timeless style? A little spark of luxury? Stick with me, because the first bag I'll share has the power to completely transform your everyday look. And hey, if you're nodding along so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I promise. The tips I share here are like little secrets no one else tells us women over 60. And you don't want to miss them. Now let's start with the first bag on our list, and honestly, if you only ever buy one new bag after 60, this should be it. I'm talking about the structured leather tote. Why does it work so well? Because structure equals authority. A bag that holds its shape doesn't just carry your belongings. It carries your presence. And when that bag is made of leather, whether it's genuine leather or a really high-quality vegan version, it immediately signals richness and timeless taste. Picture this for a moment. You're heading out to meet a friend for lunch. You're wearing something simple, maybe a cardigan, your favorite comfortable trousers, and shoes that don't pinch your feet. Nothing over the top. But then, you walk in carrying a sharp, structured leather tote. Suddenly, the whole outfit transforms. People don't see casual comfort. They see sophistication. They see a woman who values herself. They might even assume you're on your way to an important meeting, or that you just came from shopping at an upscale boutique. And yet, all you really did was grab your tote. The beauty of this bag is that it works almost anywhere. Running errands? It looks practical and chic. Lunch date? It makes you look polished. Casual meeting or church gathering? It carries the same air of quiet authority. It's versatile, reliable, and always in style. When it comes to colors, stick to the classics. Black, cognac brown, or beige. These shades not only pair beautifully with nearly every outfit, but they also age gracefully. Bright colors can sometimes look playful in a way that doesn't suit every occasion, while these timeless shades always look expensive. A small tip here: avoid floppy or oversized totes. They may hold more, but they can also drag your entire look down and even make you appear weighed down or overwhelmed. A structured medium-sized tote keeps things looking elegant without being too heavy. And here's a fun little secret: sometimes people don't even notice what brand your bag is. They just notice the shape, the material, and the way it complements your outfit. A good, structured tote whispers wealth. It doesn't need to scream it with big logos. So if you've been thinking of updating your bag collection, start here. A structured leather tote is like the little black dress of handbags. It never lets you down. And before I share the second bag, which is a favorite among royalty and style icons, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Because every week, I share tips like these to help you look and feel your best at any age. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's move to the second bag on our list, the elegant top handle bag. If the structured tote makes you look powerful, the top handle bag makes you look effortlessly refined. This style is instantly feminine, and it's often associated with old money elegance, royalty, and timeless sophistication. Think of Grace Kelly, Jackie Kennedy, or even Queen Elizabeth herself. These women were rarely seen without a beautifully crafted top handle bag. And there's a reason for that. The shape alone suggests class. It says, "I've arrived and I don't need to shout to be noticed." One of the best things about this bag is how versatile it is with outfits. Wear it with a flowy dress. It looks graceful. Pair it with a skirt and blouse. It looks polished. Even with well-tailored pants. The top handle bag adds a touch of chic femininity that elevates your whole look. Now, let's paint a little picture. Imagine walking into a family gathering. You're wearing something simple and comfortable, maybe a cozy sweater with slacks. But in your hand, you're carrying a cream-colored top handle bag. Before anyone even notices your outfit, their eyes go to the bag. It tells them you're a woman of taste, someone who still enjoys style, someone who values the little details. People might not even remember what you wore that day, but they'll remember that beautiful bag. As for colors, navy, burgundy, and cream are your best friends here. They're rich, sophisticated, and different enough from the usual black to stand out without being too bold. These shades add depth to your wardrobe and match beautifully with both light and dark clothing. Another important thing to consider, especially as we get older, is comfort. Top handle bags tend to be lighter than oversized totes, and many now come with detachable shoulder straps if you need them. That means you get elegance and practicality in one piece. No need to sacrifice your hands or your shoulders for style. And here's a little tip: don't go too small with this bag. Tiny versions can look impractical. A medium size is perfect. It's big enough to carry what you need, but still compact enough to look elegant. When you carry a top handle bag, you're not just holding an accessory. You're carrying a symbol of timeless sophistication. It's like saying, "I know who I am, and I don't need to prove it." So before we move on to the third bag, which is one of the most comfortable yet stylish choices for women over 60, let me remind you, if you're enjoying these tips, make sure to subscribe. Every week, I bring you little style secrets that make a big difference in how you feel and how others see you. Now let's talk about a bag that I think every woman over 60 should own, the polished crossbody. Why? Because at this stage in life, comfort matters more than ever. But here's the thing: comfort doesn't mean giving up elegance. The right crossbody lets you stay hands-free and comfortable, while still looking like the most polished woman in the room. Here's what makes it special. A good crossbody has structure. It doesn't collapse into a shapeless pouch. It has clean lines, a defined body, and a strap that adjusts so it rests exactly where it should, neither too high nor too low. That little bit of structure is what transforms it from casual to classy. Now, picture yourself strolling through a weekend market. You're browsing stalls, maybe picking up fresh flowers or a loaf of bread. You're wearing something simple, but across your shoulder rests a sleek, polished crossbody bag. It sits neatly, doesn't get in the way, and it looks elegant without you even trying. People notice not because the bag is flashy, but because it completes your look in such a refined way. When choosing your crossbody, go for neutral tones like taupe beige or soft gray. These shades add sophistication and versatility. If you want something with a little more personality, look for metallic accents, maybe a subtle gold clasp or silver hardware. Even a touch of quilting can give it that refined, timeless feel. Here's what to avoid. Oversized, slouchy crossbodies. You know, the ones big, floppy bags that hang low and look more like luggage than a handbag. They might feel practical, but they don't do you any favors. Instead of looking chic, they can come across as messy or even weigh you down visually. The polished crossbody is one of those styles that says, I'm relaxed, but I still care about style. And honestly, isn't that the perfect balance for this stage of life? So if you're someone who wants practicality and polish at the same time, this is the bag you'll reach for again and again. And don't forget, there are still 2 more bags coming up that will take your style to the next level, especially for evenings out. Before I share the next one, let me gently remind you to subscribe. These little tips aren't about vanity. They're about living with pride, confidence, and joy at every age. And trust me, you want to see the last 2 bags because they are true game changers. Now let's switch gears and talk about evenings, celebrations, and those special moments in life. For those occasions, nothing beats the luxury clutch. This bag may be small, but don't let its size fool you. It is powerful. A clutch instantly signals refinement. It says you paid attention to the details, that you're not just attending the event. You're arriving with elegance. Think of it this way. During the day, people see your tote or your crossbody. But in the evening, it's the clutch that takes center stage. And the beauty of it is that it doesn't need to hold much, just your essentials. The simplicity itself adds to its sophistication. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're attending a wedding reception. You've chosen a simple black dress, elegant but understated. Now in your hand, you carry a pearl accent clutch. Suddenly, you're not just another guest. You're the woman everyone notices for her timeless style. People might not remember the dress, but they'll remember that clutch and the way it pulled your whole look together. When selecting a clutch, opt for satin, metallic leather, or minimalistic hard cases. These materials catch the light beautifully without being gaudy. A hint of shimmer or a sleek texture is all you need to look instantly elevated. Here's a practical tip. Look for clutches with hidden straps or detachable chains. That way, you can carry it elegantly in your hand when you want to. But switch to the strap when you need your hands free. It's the perfect blend of style and practicality. Now, one word of caution. Avoid clutches that are overly decorated or covered in rhinestones. Those can look dated or too flashy. The goal here is timeless elegance, not attention-seeking sparkle. The luxury clutch is your secret weapon for weddings, dinners, or evening outings. It's small, but it makes the biggest statement. And here's the exciting part. We still have 1 more bag to go, one that I think may be the most versatile of all. So if you haven't already, subscribe now, because the last bag on this list will completely change the way you see your everyday style. And now we've arrived at the 5th and final bag on our list, the classic shoulder bag. If the structured tote is about authority and the clutch is about refinement, the shoulder bag is about timeless versatility. This is the bag that works with almost everything. And it's one of the easiest ways to look effortlessly rich without even trying. Why does it work so well? Because the shoulder bag has been around for decades and has never gone out of style. It's iconic, it's practical, and when chosen carefully, it adds just the right touch of elegance to both casual and dressy outfits. Think about some of the most recognizable bags in history. The quilted leather designs with chain straps, or the minimalist silhouettes carried by women who never chase trends. These are the kinds of shoulder bags that whisper luxury. They don't need big logos or flashy details. The design itself does all the talking. Now let's imagine this in real life. You're 65 years old, and it's just an ordinary day. You're wearing jeans, a cozy sweater, and maybe a scarf. Comfortable, simple, nothing too special. But over your shoulder rests a quilted chain strap bag. Suddenly, the whole outfit changes. You don't look casual anymore. You look polished. You look like a woman who appreciates quality and timeless style. That one bag transforms the impression you leave. When it comes to size, I always recommend going for medium. Too small and it looks impractical, like it can't carry anything you actually need. Too big, and it overwhelms your frame, dragging your look down. A mid-sized shoulder bag is just right. Colors? Black, beige, or soft gray are always winners. But if you already have a neutral, consider a muted jewel tone, like deep emerald or plum. These shades are rich without being loud. The shoulder bag is one of those pieces you'll reach for over and over again. It works at the grocery store, it works at a dinner out, and it works when you're just going for a walk and want to feel put together. And here's a little reminder before we move on. If you're enjoying this list so far, make sure you subscribe. I share tips like these every week. And the best part is they're all about making life after 60 stylish, confident, and joyful. Before we wrap up, let's talk about what not to do. Because even the best outfit and the best intentions can be undone by the wrong bag. Mistake number 1, overstuffed saggy bags. We've all been guilty of carrying too much receipts, snacks, or makeup, but when your bag looks like it's about to burst, it makes you look careless. Instead of looking polished, it can give off the impression of being disorganized. A structured bag only works if it isn't weighed down. Mistake number 2, flashy fake logos. I know it can be tempting, because those designer-inspired bags are everywhere. But here's the truth. Fake logos don't make you look wealthy. They make you look like you're trying too hard. Real elegance never shouts. A clean, logo-free bag almost always looks more expensive than a knockoff. Mistake number 3, holding on to old, peeling bags. I get it. Sometimes a bag has sentimental value. But if the handles are cracking, the leather is peeling, or the stitching is coming undone, it's not sending the right message. Instead of saying, I value myself, it says, I don't pay attention. The key is this: fewer, better bags. You don't need 20 cheap ones. You need 3 or 4 high-quality ones that you can rotate. Trust me, it's better to have one beautiful tote than a closet full of bags that look tired. And here's the best part. When you invest in quality, you actually save money in the long run. Because these bags last. They age gracefully just like you. So if you want to look instantly richer and more sophisticated, avoid these mistakes and focus on timeless quality. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. You'll want to stick around for the final recap and my little pep talk about why all of this matters more than you might think. As we wrap up, I want you to remember something important. Elegance is ageless. Style doesn't disappear at 60, 70, or beyond. In fact, it often becomes richer, deeper, and more meaningful. And a simple everyday bag, can be your secret weapon. When you invest in 1 or 2 of these timeless styles, you're not just buying a bag. You're investing in how you carry yourself, how you show up in the world, and how you remind yourself that you are still every bit the woman of elegance you've always been. So the next time you step out the door, don't just grab any bag. Choose one that tells the story you want people to hear about you. Choose one that makes you feel proud, polished, and powerful. And I'll leave you with this thought. Carry yourself with pride, because at 60 plus, you deserve to look and feel instantly rich. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 bags is your favorite? Do you already own one? Or is there a style you're excited to add to your collection? Let me know in the comments. I always love reading your thoughts. And of course, if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, and join me here every week for more style secrets that prove aging is not the end of beauty. It's the beginning of a whole new chapter.